Greetings. Daniel's Explanation of Truth, Part 3, Section 3. Daniel 11:20, literally, and usurping he shall raise himself up out of his particular root, that is, descendant, offshoot of a plan of a kingdom, upon his particular prepared stance. Seleucus Philopator, the son of Antiochus, took the throne. He received information from a man from the tribe of Benjamin, Simon, who had a grudge against high priest Onias III. And it continues and said, accomplishing a glory of a kingdom in those particular days, he shall be broken in pieces, and not by means of angry faces, neither by means of war. Excuse me. Simon divulged the treasures in the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. Seleucus recovered the areas of Syria and Israel, which had been given to the south because of the failed intent of the marriage. Heliodorus was dispatched to Jerusalem to plunder the temple for these treasures. This is documented in the extra-biblical book of 2 Maccabees, verses 3 and 4. Zechariah 9 and verse 8 says, and I will encamp about my house because of the army, because of him that passeth by, and because of him that returneth, and no oppressor shall pass through them any more, for now have I seen with mine eyes. God had allowed this as part of his planned punishment on Israel's sins, but he will not always allow such in the future, or he will not allow such in the future. Although Seleucus received a certain amount of glory from these stolen treasures, they were short-lived. That's why the scriptures say, but within few days he shall be destroyed. He reigned 12 years compared to the 37-year reign of the one before him. While Demetrius, Seleucus' son, an expected successor to the throne, was in Rome, Heliodorus poisoned Seleucus, intending to usurp the throne for himself. However, aided by the king of Pergamos, Eumenes, a man named Antiochus Epiphanes, the brother of Seleucus and not his son, takes the throne in 175 BC. Daniel 11:21 begins the discussion of Antiochus Epiphanes, who was the little horn described back in Daniel chapter 8. We'll read verses 5 through 9. And as I was considering, behold, a he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had two horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the power of his fury. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler or anger against him, and smote the ram, and brake his two horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him. But he cast him down to the ground, and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, for it came up four notable ones toward the four winds of heaven. And one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great toward the south and toward the east and toward the pleasant land. Now we'll continue the study of Antiochus Epiphanes and his many misdeeds as we continue our study here in Daniel chapter 11.